Did you have another kind of scrimmage today, or?
Well, we got, I don't know, 70 plays or so. You know, we pretty extensive cheetah period where we try to go fast, and we double-barreled our offense versus defensive periods, you know, so to try to simulate a game, that way we don't have, you know, time counts and pre-snap penalties and things of that nature. So that's kind of, we tried to press them a little bit today, and we got a lot of reps in.
Yeah. Did you watch the preseason game yesterday as a team?
As a team, we watched it. We turned it on our level up there and put it on all the TVs and brought some food in and let them just sit there and enjoy the game. You know, some of them haven't even ever seen a CFL game, so getting to watch it was good for them.
Did you get more questions asked of you or the coaching staff after the game? Like,
well,
why did they do that?
You know, I mean, we had a QB sneak on the third play of the game. You know, we're at the goal line and somebody was offside. You know, so some of those basic little rules that you go over, they end up getting to see. So they're like, oh, they do call that. You know, so it's kind of black and white once they see it.
As you're preparing for your game, do you get anything out of watching Saskatchewan? I mean, this time of year, do you get secrets or things you want to try because you watched them yesterday?
No, I mean they're pretty much, you know, I mean they're just running their base stuff, you know. I mean it's you want to go out and be able to evaluate your players. That's the main thing, is be able to evaluate your team, and you certainly never try to play a game to lose, regardless of whether it's a preseason game or not, you know. So, yeah. But at the same time, I mean it's about preparing your players to play in a real game.
Do you ease up a little bit on guys this week who are going to be involved in the game?
No, we got a work day today, work day tomorrow, day 3 essentially, kind of what we would do on a day 3 prep week. Then we got walk through the following day.
Do you have an idea yet of who plays? I imagine starters play a bit on Saturday.
Yeah, we're gonna play a good portion of the guys that we'll play everyone on our roster, yeah. But the A's are going to get some good solid work.
For them, what do you want to see out of the A's, even though they're not going to play very well?
Well, it's going to be efficient. We want to be efficient in and out of the huddle. We want to be able to tackle well, leverage the football well. We don't want to give up big plays, certainly defensively, and then on special teams, we want it to be a solid outing.
I want to ask you about the signing of Cole McDonald, who you know from your 21 year in Toronto, and in fact, you got to play against the Elks for a bit in that final preseason or regular season game for you guys. So, yeah. What do you see out of Cole?
Well, I mean, Cole is a guy that certainly has really good wheels. He's able to move around. He's a big, strong kid. So, you know, he gives us a really good option. You know, on our third down package, you know, when you need to get a first down, you got a big body that can go in there and get you the yard.
Yeah, he'll compete for that third down role then.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Last one for me, McLeod for Saturday. Because of his situation, like he hasn't played a game in a year, he hasn't played in the CFL in almost 2 years now. Does he need more preseason time?
Well, he'll get some time. Yeah. I mean, and pretty much he and I'll talk about it, and as we go through the game, you know, we'll figure out exactly how much that is.
Not his first rodeo, obviously.
That's right. Yeah.
And how do you manage the eagerness of the veterans who, I mean, I think June 8th is probably very, you know, it's more important than, you know, getting in a preseason game, but they want to play too. But
oh, yeah.
I assume you're going to have some disappointed players on your hands because you're like, you know, you're only going to play this amount of time.
Yeah, you know, you have to protect them from themselves sometimes. And again, we've got to evaluate everybody on the roster to see exactly what we have, because we've had practice players before that when the lights came on, they weren't really who we thought they were. Right. And then conversely, we've had guys that we had, you know, at B's and C groups, and all of a sudden you turn the lights on and he becomes a real guy. So it'll be interesting to see exactly, you know, how that all plays out.
That's kind of a compliment. We know what you can do. We need to find out what other players can do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got guys that have played a long time in the league, and you have to, you know, you're bringing in players that are going to end up competing for their position eventually. And but you know, so certainly the vets want to keep their spot, you know.
Well, last one for me. How valuable is the signing of a veteran receiver like Hergy Mayala?
Well, Hergy's been he's been a really nice addition, we feel like, to our roster. I mean, he's a guy that he knows all 5 positions and can go out there, and he's made 2 really good catches, eye-opening catches at practice, and so he's got a big body, and he's not afraid of contact, and he's begging every night to be on special teams, and so that's a good thing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about Kevin Brown. What are you expecting from him? Can he take it to another level?
Well, we're certainly hoping so. You know, KB, you know, last year I felt like he came in a little bit too heavy and had to play his way into shape. This year he's in a little bit better shape, you know, and when KB's right, I mean, he's as good as there is in the game. I mean, he's a good solid person too. That's what I like.
And what kind of luxury is it when you're drawing up plays to have a guy like that in the backfield?
Well, I mean, he's a guy that can go the distance if they don't tackle him, and he gets out in the open field. I mean, he's about as fast as we have in the CFL. And like I say, I mean, KB's a tough kid, and you know, the thing I want him to do is when there's nobody blocked, you gotta get behind your pads and get us about 3. All right.
All right.
See y'all.